morning, good afternoon, gentlemen, wherever you are on the seas and on this rock. Captain Pizzazz here. We got our crankshaft here, got our engine block here, got some bearings here, and we're going to start putting these things in. If we don't get mangled by some car jacks here, let me move this way. There we go. There's a little more room. Alright, so we spent the day cleaning up the crankshaft. She's nice and polished, pretty. We'll give her a final wipe down before we drop her in. Put the crank sensor wheel back on. That was dirty as all get. But, alright, let's get getting, I guess, guys. During the cleaning, we ran the, I don't know if this will come out the other side and you'll be able to see. We ran a pipe cleaner through all the oil galley passageways to keep that, get any little chunks. We chased the thread with a 6mm tap. Other than that, let's do this. So, grab my clean towel here. Give all these journals a good wipe here. And we are concerned with the main journals right now. The big end Conrod ones we don't really need to worry about right now. And also we can just give the crankshaft a spin once it's seated in there proper. And give it another little polishing. So let's see. Start with these ones first. So here's our bearing set that we ordered. We'll start snapping them in. It says on the top that it's for my engine, of course, and they're standard size. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, pretty and new. Gotta love part of new things. Let me turn this light a little bit out of my eyes. There we go. Hopefully that didn't put a bunch of glare on the camera. There we go. One package open. So now I will wipe out my journals here. I put a little WD on them earlier and clean them up. There we go. Make sure your hands are pretty clean when you do this, gentlemen. You don't want to get junk on your journals. So there's a little tab on this side. You just snap them in. And you line it up. There's a groove there on the journals, or on the block that it snaps into. I believe that keeps it from spinning once the cap is on. Okay, so we have all the bearings in the block. So now we'll prep our caps the same way. Give them a little wipe. Double wipe, give it a... You can feel grit on your finger better than you can feel it on your rag. One, lay them upside down. Oh, they're not going to stand up. We'll have to take the bolts out. bearings are in where they need to be. I'll double check cleanliness. I'll give it a wipe down, lube them up just a little bit. I got some 3-in-1 floating around here somewhere. Oh, there it is over there. And then we'll drop the crank in. Alright, gentlemen, so got these little half moons down here. These are the thrust bearings. We're just going to reuse those. I mean, I didn't feel any noticeable difference in there. I mean, we'll double check it. I'll show you how to do that as well. But I spread a little grease on the side that it's supposed to have. Coated all the bearings. They all now have a light coating of oil. I'm going to get this wiped down, and then we'll get you in a little closer for when we drop the crank in. Alright guys, my crank journals and are clean. So let's get this crankshaft in there. First we'll snap on our thrust bearings, and they go on the center. One goes here, stuck on with the grease. And one goes here, stuck on with the grease on each side. And there we go. Hopefully that's enough to keep them in there. Crankshaft coming in. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Need to get a little different grip on it. There we go. That's the way. That's the way of the world. Just go straight down, guys. And there it is. One crankshaft in the engine. Alright gentlemen, so the crankshaft's in. I got everything kind of cleaned up, lubed up. Now we're going to check our clearances on our mains. So here comes the plastic gauge again, guys. So I'll drop a piece right here, and I'll just do one just to show you guys. Get off my finger. Okay, I don't know if you can really see it. Let me see if I can get you in. There we go. There's some plastic gauge. And we'll drop this straight down on. Get down on it. There's that. Let me grab my torque wrench. Remember guys, from the last video, there was 2 torque specs on this. So there's that. So let's go for the ting. So there's their first ting. And there's our second ting. So we're at the first torque spec. So now we gotta go 70 degrees. So I put it on there relatively straight. I have about a 10-degree angle. So here we go on torquing, guys. 45. There's 1 to torque. A little bit more. And there's 2 to torque. Now I'm not going to bore you with all 5 of them. Process is the same. I'm going to put all the caps on, and then I'm going to take each one off individually. So anyway guys, that's how to get it, and I'll show you how to measure that plastic gauge one more time. in tolerance, it's 0.001 to 0.0015, so it's a thou and a half. It's from a half thou to 2.5 thou. So scrape off all our little plastic gaugey off of here. Put a little trace in uno on my threads here for my bolts. They go in a little bit easier, and I will retorque this one down. So one is good, and I'm sure they'll all turn out good, but I won't bore you showing you all. If something comes up completely different and we don't know what the hell is going on, then I'll bring you back. But other than that, guys, I'm just going to go back through, loosen them all one at a time, torque them back down one at a time, you know, and check them plastic gauge, because they all have plastic gauge under there. Right now they're all torqued down if it was a running engine. Alright, gentlemen, crankshaft is in, all the clearances checked out, and let me zoom you in and show you this beautiful butter-like awesomeness. Check this smoothness out, gentlemen. That's gorgeous shit right there. No Endfloat that I can feel at all. That's where you pull the crankshaft or try and move the crankshaft. Doesn't feel like there's any. But alright, gentlemen, I set up my steer-it dial gauge so you can see we can check the Endfloat in the crankshaft. I have it zeroed out one way, and all you do is take a tiny little pry bar and just give it a little bump. And that's the little bump, and it says 6 thousandths or so, just a little over 6 thousandths. We'll go the back. That's your Endfloat. I mean, you're not prying like you're trying to tear down a house or anything, but you know. And that's how we check our Endfloat. Let me zoom out a little and just show you our setup. Here's our setup. We have our dial gauge on our steer-it magnetic base, and it's just mag to the block, and that's about it. And the spec for our Endfloat is about 3 thousandths to 13.5 thousandths per the book, per the Bible. So looks like we're good. Let me show you how I was prying real quick, just so you can see. I'd take my little pry bar, and you just put it in here somewhere. Let's see, where did I have it? Kind of like right there, like this. And you just go back and forth. Pop it in there, and that's the one that gives us our reading. So just trying to get the glare off of it for you guys. A little bit over 6. So anyway, that's how you check Endfloat on your crankshaft. Yeah, she's gonna be a smooth runner. Brand new bearings. I got light oil on the journals, and I'm just turning this by hand. So that is kick-ass. I dig that. I'm going to spray her down with a little bit of WD, and I'm going to get out of here. So anyways, guys, there is the first major piece of the engine put in, which is amazing. And as always, stay safe out there, and car love.